All right, boys and girls, we're going to be starting early-ish today because we started late. My goodness, we came in quite late. The magic show went a little long over on TikTok, as Glock Crab Owl has informed us. Apparently, some people were convinced that, what was it, Glock Crab? I'm a fraud. I fraudulently did a magic show. I think that he might not understand what the word magic show means. That being said, let's go ahead and start this show right off really strong. Let's get this thing live. If you want to get a live wizard reading, like and share the stream. Let us know in the chat. OPVs will get you on the list. We already got quite a few people booked up, but we do a reading segment in the beginning or in the middle of the show. That's 3 readings, and then we do all the rest of the readings at the end of the show. We have got some stuff going on for you guys today, so let's get this thing started. Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. We are talking about the plague of man, the creepy clown phenomenon, and I'm going to show you how to reveal your aura at home, plus so much more. So thank you guys for tuning in. You know the deal. Welcome Glock Crab Owl. Welcome Singing H Bear. Welcome Aiden. How's it going? Hey Giovanni, how are you doing, sir? Welcome Caleb. Hello Singing Bear or Singing Owl. My goodness, Singing Owl. Welcome Angel Girl. Welcome everybody. How are we doing? My goodness, we're getting so many people. Corey, Aiden, how's it going? We're getting so many people. I'm going to be spending 45 minutes just listing off names pretty soon. This is crazy. All right, let's get this go. His name is something like I don't care about anybody's name. Don't worry about it. If we see him again, we'll ban him on site. All right, let's get this show on the road. Probably don't want to have that up though. I don't know why my live stream feed is up instead of this. Let's take a look at today's Weekly Weird. This week in Weird, engineers have taught spinach to send emails and detect landmines. While our scientist friends are busy doing literally nothing of value, engineers have had a breakthrough that may save soldiers' lives. They have partnered with spinach to identify the presence of landmines. And yes, I think that does qualify and make them alchemists. What do you think, OPBs?
Yes.
Right. In Massachusetts, an engineer from MIT today received the first successfully sent email alert about the presence of a landmine from a piece of spinach. The second email was related to a Nigerian prince who had come into a large sum of money, but we'll talk more about that later. They, however, did develop nanotechnology that partners with the spinach and its natural reaction to various chemicals found in the explosives to send an email alert when the chemical is detected. So this breakthrough technology may be used to help countries plagued by unknown landmines, as well as soldiers on the battlefield, to identify and remove the threats before anyone gets hurt. So now, just eating spinach, but also growing spinach, can make you strong. Army strong.
Oh my god.
And that is today's Weekly Weird. Pretty awesome stuff if you ask me. Spinach is just one more reason to be growing it. Speaking of growing things, build, grow, and create. This is the part where we plug a YouTube channel or a video that I think is amazing for you. And we're going to be plugging that right here. This is how to grow your own protein at home without having animals. Are you getting excited about the idea of growing your own food, but started to realize that having animals where you are at right now just really isn't in the cards? Well, luckily for you, there's a solution for exactly that problem. You can actually grow protein-rich and vitamin-dense foods right in your own home by growing mushrooms. So if you want to start growing your own gourmet mushrooms at home using nothing but some supplies you can pick up from Home Depot, then you should give Fresh Cap Mushrooms a subscribe today. This is his YouTube channel right here. I'm going to pull it up. Theoretically, I'm going to pull it up, and it's going to be wonderful. All theoretically, of course. Where is my gosh? Where is it? There we go. Boom. Okay, there we go. Today's content. It's always rough on the first one, isn't it? It's always rough. It's the first one that always gets us. Oh, Noom. Hey, guys, want to check out Noom? What is this? New social app? Well, apparently it attracts very ugly people. All right, so let's get this thing going. All right, let's see what we got up here. This is fresh cap mushrooms. Give him a subscribe if you'd like. Give him a thumbs up. I'm going to give him a comment right now and let him know. Very helpful video. Can't wait to grow some oyster mushrooms. The wizard. Boom. Oh, I don't know why I put an exclamation mark there. Comment. And so this is a guide that will show you step by step with a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot how you can grow tons of mushrooms in your own home by just putting them in this plastic bucket and watering them, and you can literally grow tons of mushrooms as you're seeing here. So if you want the full guide, head on over to Grow Mushrooms at Home in a 5-gallon bucket. Easy, no sterilization, fresh cap mushrooms. Give them a subscribe today and check it out and start growing your own mushrooms. And I mean, these things are expensive in the store. Let me tell you, you can spend so much money on mushrooms, especially oyster mushrooms. So this is a big money saving technique as well. So I highly recommend checking it out.
We have our own mushroom farm.
We do. We have a mushroom farm growing behind us by accident. It was spored with mushrooms, and now our time is competing with mushroom spores. So that's pretty intense. But I think we're going to win them out. We're going to beat the mushrooms. So with that, we're going to move on to our first incredible video. Did you have a comment? What's going on here?
There's a fruit fly attacking.
Oh, a fruit fly is attacking OPBs. That's intense. I haven't developed my alchemy potion to kill them yet, but soon, fruit flies. Soon. Let's move on to our first incredible video. Cats are awful. Objective fact of the day.
No.
So we're just going to be watching a video that proves that point very clearly, and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, let's take a look. So this is an internet classic. I think you guys will enjoy. Let's take a look at this man. So this guy is attempting to help get this cat a new home. He's a nice little kitty who wants a new home, and unfortunately, for some reason, we can't seem to figure it out. He's just having trouble finding a new owner that will keep him. So let's take a look and see what we got here today.
Hi, this is Pinky. He's a 30 game. Hold on. This is Pinky. He's a male cat, domestic short hair.
Clearly, this guy's very well informed. This is a cat. I think he's a male.
He's a pet of the week. Placer County Animal Shelter.
He's the pet of the week, guys.
He's a very loving cat.
As if to defy his comment about being loving. Oh, because you know a good cat is the kind that you have to keep on a leash. You know, that's a real common sign of a good cat. A cat on a leash.
Pinky, settle down, man. Careful.
Uh-oh, Pinky, what's going on, bud? I'm not going back in the box, man. I'm not going back in the box. Oh, he is wild. Now, this guy isn't even pulling on it. He is so gently holding onto the string. The cat is doing all of this on his own. He's just flailing. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are you doing, cat? Oh, jeez. It's biting his leg. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Wow. Alright, so that is Pinky the cat. I hope you guys enjoy Pinky the cat and understand why cats are in fact awful. And we're going to move on to the first big segment of the day. How are we doing in chat here? Yes, I like it. No, but seriously, does anyone recommend a certain deck of tarot cards? I like this one. This is this one right here. Just because, again, it depends. What are you trying to do? Like, if you're trying to do tarot card readings, I'm not the guy to ask because I don't do tarot. I use it as a mnemonic device. The only reason I use these is because they have nice pictures. I typically, when I'm in public, I do it with this deck right here. It's just a playing cards. Just a regular deck of cards, but it looks nice because it's got the Carl Jung on the back. But that's more or less what I do. But if you're looking to do like tarot, I don't actually know anything too much about tarot readings because I'm not a psychic. I'm a wizard. So let's take a look at the next video here. Today's history's mystery: the Plague of Men. Background: 1958 in communist China. Their ruler Mao is about to go to war. Mao, being an idiot, like all communists are, believes that he knows what is best for everyone at all times, despite there being literally no possible way to do that. Which, by the way, is the reason why true communism and socialism always fail, have been tried hundreds of times, perfectly, without fail, and without exception, every single time they've ended in mass genocide, starvation, and death. Every time. No exceptions. And in Mao's infinite wisdom, he declared a war on various pest animals, which included rats, sparrows, flies, and mosquitoes. Now, countless experts told him that this is a terrible idea. And frankly, anyone who knows anything about livestock told him, you're challenging nature. This is not going to work well. We don't know what's going to happen. And of course, he said, China #1, and just pursued the program anyway. So he went to war with the pest, and so begun the hunt for the pest. And he started with the sparrows. And they were disgusting to these sparrows. They cut down trees. They would shoot them out of the sky. They would poison their food. They even had people banging pots and pans so that the birds could not sleep, and started cutting off their food supply. Absolutely horrible. Slowly but surely, the Chinese army dwindled the number of these poor sparrows down to a paltry few. It's estimated that they killed over 1 million sparrows during this time. It seemed as though all hope was lost, and that the godless nation of communist China had conquered over nature. That is, until the deep magic kicked in. Plagues of locusts began to blot out the sky. These flocks rained across China, devouring everything in its path. Almost like God's wrath had been activated. Every pestilence you can imagine descended upon communist China, causing food crops to vanish and disease to run rampant. Before people began to understand the implications of what had just happened, the people began to drop dead of starvation. Disease teared through the population. Horrifying revenge was brought upon them by nature, and it brought forth the death of 45 million Chinese people. It turns out the sparrows had a nuclear plan hidden inside them by God for this exact situation. You see, when you choose to turn against nature, nature fights back, and it has many clever ways of doing so. The sparrows simply said, fine, if you want to wipe us out, then we'll no longer help you either. You see, the sparrow serves a very important function in Chinese society, and God made them for a reason. They eat the pest and insects that devour crops and spread disease. In reality, the sparrows weren't pests, but partners, built and designed to keep this kind of thing from happening. And that is why this violent apocalypse occurred. So when you hear a commie trying to go against nature, the score is now settled. 45 dead commies for every one bird you dare to harm. So the lesson to be learned: don't mess with nature or fear the wrath of God. And that is today's History's Mystery. All right, let's see how we're doing in the chat. Isn't that insane? The sparrows won the war against China, defeating them 45-1. Is that not incredible? Well, you chatted. 4 people so far. Hi, how's it going, Corey? Welcome, welcome. I just, a mirage. I can still do that magic from TikTok. Nice, Giovanni. Energy is a powerful thing. It really is. I can make my nickels move. Whoa, that's cool. Corey, you in here? I hope so. How's it going? Anything interesting going on in chat?
Just taking roll call, wondering where Vodka Owl is.
Oh, that's true. Vodka Owl is probably passed out from the last time he drank vodka.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be my theory. All right, so that's today's History's Mysteries. Let's move on to the next segment here, which is another incredible video. Giant gas explosion caught on camera. So this is crazy. I've never seen a gas explosion before, and this thing, I didn't realize they were this deadly. It's crazy. We just started like sitting around this all the time in a city, and I frankly wasn't aware of how dangerous gas fires could be. So as you see here, it's burning over in the edge here, but that's not even that's just the start of the gas fire.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh, language, my apologies.
Fuck yeah, I'm videoing it. What the?
Well, look at these guys, and they're just sitting here swearing at an explosion, not even realizing what's about to happen. Ah.
I think that might be a gas station or something.
Fuck yeah, it's a gas. Whoa! Oh,
Jeez.
what the?
Oh my word. Did you know gas fires could make mushroom clouds? Does anyone else know that mushroom clouds happen from... I thought that was only nuclear bombs.
No!
Whoa, blah, blah, blah. Oh my word. That is insanity. Woo! It's gotta be. I can't imagine. That's insanity. Oh, it's like the gateways of hell just opened up. It's insanity. What did you say?
I know there was once a train that was carrying gasoline in the big tankers, and it exploded.
Wow.
And the cart was found like miles away.
Jeez, that's insanity. I had no clue. No clue at all. That is incredible. So that is the gas fire that we saw, and my word, that was insane. So let's take a look at the next segment we have up here for you guys, which is magic, illusion, and the arcane arts. Tonight we're going to be doing an experiment with thought projection. I'm going to be showing you a magnetic finger effect, and I will reveal your aura for you guys here today. Now, these are techniques that use what is called a paracosm. So this is a psychological phenomenon that occurs when you use your imagination and you play along. You will actually experience these things in real time. Now, the first element here comes from my TikTok show. We're going to be playing a clip of that here, and this is to try and get you into the same wavelength. So, I'm going to try and project a thought into your mind, and if it misses, that's perfectly fine. Just try and change the image in your head to what I tried to send to you. And once you do that, you'll be on the same wavelength, and that'll make you prepared for the magnetic finger effect. So that's what's going to be happening here in just a second. Let me get that video queued up. And if you would like to like and share the stream now is a good time, so that when a wizard sends a thought to you through the internet and you tell your friends and your parents that, they'll think, wow, this guy is a crazy person. And then you can say, no, it really is a thing. And then they will know what you're talking about because you invited them right now. So let's go ahead and get this video up. By the way, this was edited by the wonderful OPVs. Thank you very much for that edit. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a thumbs up right here. I'm going to go ahead and leave a comment on this and say, wow, whoever edited this must be a freaking genius. Bum, 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 bum. The wizard. Leave that a comment for the maker of that video. Let's take a look at what we got here. We're going to try some psychological tests. Now, if you haven't seen one of these magic shows before, what I like to do is get us all on the same mental state. This is called a paracosm. It's a shared psychological experience. So what I'm going to try and do is send data out to the audience and get you all on the same wavelength of patterns. So if you've seen this before, you're going to be able to pick up on it very quickly. If you're new, you might get one shape or another, but we're going to try and get everyone aligned on the same... You know how most people are like, oh, I don't like watching my own video or seeing my own content. I don't feel that at all. I love doing this. This is great. My videos are awesome. I like me a lot. I'm a really cool guy.
Thank you very much for those shares. All right. So, to begin, what you want to do here is just imagine a blank...
Oh my gosh. Are you ready to have your minds blown? Are you ready to have your minds blown? Look at this. Look at this. I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing in that video back then. This is like months ago.
It was not
the
planned.
same shirt. I didn't plan this.
Piece of paper for me.
He
Just
only
imagine
has
that
one.
blank...
You're like a cartoon character.
I am. I really am. All right.
So, to begin, what you want to do here is just imagine a blank white piece of paper for me. Just imagine that blank white piece of paper. Now, you can see it floating in your mind. And what I'm going to do is just send a shape right now, a basic shape into your mind. And I don't want you to think of a square. Everyone picks a square, but do keep it basic. We don't want to go something complex like a diamond, for example. We want to keep this a very simple, basic shape. Imagine that symbol floating into your mind now onto the piece of paper. And now we're going to send another shape here. Imagine another shape enclosing that first shape. So now you have two shapes floating on this piece of paper in your mind. You should have two shapes in your mind now. I'm going to say them out loud once you have those shapes. On 3, 2, and 1. Should be a triangle and a circle. I was saying a triangle and a circle. Let's see how well you guys were able to receive that. Let's see how on point that was. Let's see.
Oh, geez, we got people freaking out. OMG, that worked. Correct on both. OMG, yes, I got them. Yes. Yes. Hey, look at that. Shout out to Naz. How you doing, Naz? I hope you're in the chat. We got a shout out for you on the live. We got you recorded here.
Tim just puts in a bunch of gibberish. Drake says, OMG, that worked. Oh my gosh, that
You're
worked.
hacking? All right, well, let's check live. Let's see how you guys did. Did you pick up the image projection here? Let's see how the chat's doing here. I just paid $2 for a Corey upgrade reading. Well, thank you very much, Caleb. You are a boss, Caleb. I'm really appreciating that. You're awesome. By the way, is everyone feeling okay? I'm doing great, Angel Girl. Say something if you're here. I recorded your attendance. You don't have to. Well, thank you very much, Singing Out. My goodness. We love that game. We're going to be talking a lot about school later. Oh, Sea of Thieves. What were you talking about, gaming?
Glock Crab, yeah.
Oh,
Glock Crab plays Sea of Thieves.
I like playing Sea of Thieves as I'm a good captain, but I'm a wild captain. We also play League of Legends. Those are another ones that we play.
Imagine gaming with the wizard.
Yeah.
That was cool. And I was like,
they've been trying to.
Philosophy?
Yeah, they've been trying to bother me into doing a live show of my gaming, but it's like that's just another thing we got to do. I got Wizard Library first. Wizard Library, change the world, save humanity first, then we'll think about Twitch. All right. I think she mentioned earlier, she's like, do you realize you have more Twitch followers than me and your brother put together? And I'm like, I don't even put content. And she's like, I know, what the heck?
Yeah, what the heck, man? He doesn't even stream.
I just have an account.
Followers.
I don't know how it works. It's
Not
pretty bizarre.
fair.
Let's see how the thought projection worked for you guys. Did you experience that at home? We know each other in real life. Awesome.
Caleb and Corey.
Nice. That's a legendary. Caleb hopping off with the way to build the Parliament of Owls, inviting your friends you know in real life. Let's see. Did we get that? Did you guys experience that at home? Did anyone take part in the experiment? Let's find out. Let's see how it's going.
Fun hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, Glock Rab Out, it worked for him. Awesome. Okay. Seeing that's coming through. All right. So if you didn't get the projection of triangle and circle, that's okay. Just adjust the image in your head now, and that should put you on this correct wavelength. So if you didn't get the triangle and the circle, let me know, or you can simply adjust them in your head. Now we're going to move on to the next segment once you've updated. So this next experiment, we're going to cause a magnetic force to appear in between your fingers. So what you want to do is link your fingers together, except your pointer fingers, just like this, and you're going to place them together and push tightly together. And you don't need to push too hard, but just, roughly strength. You don't want to be too intense. You don't have to be like, "Argh," but pretty tightly together. And what we're going to do here is I want you to imagine, if you will, a piece of elastic is being wrapped around your fingers as you're pushing them together. A piece of like a rubber band almost being just slid over them now. And it's important that you actually visualize them. And as you visualize that, using your imagination, you're going to feel the force of it existing in the real world in just a second. You'll know it's working when you feel the charge between your fingers. And once you're there, then you'll know that it's ready. So we're going to have that happen here in 3, 2, 1. You should start to feel the tingle now. And what we're going to do is pull your fingers apart in just a moment and just allow them to relax. And you'll watch as the elastic band literally pulls them back together. We're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And you'll actually feel the magnetic force or that elastic band pulling them closely together. If you resist, you can resist it just like a rubber band. But if you don't, you'll actually feel the force pull them right back together now. Let me know if that's working for you guys at home. Let's see how that's working for you. Are you experiencing that? Let's see. No, we only have 912. I don't know what that means. Oh, LOL. Well, hello anyway. Welcome. Let's see how this is working for you guys. There are a lot of viewers for just chatting. Heck yeah. Let's see. How are we doing in the chat? What's going on over in chat? How did it work for you, OPVs? Did you experience it? Did it work?
It worked. Yes, it worked well, but like my fingers feel creaky.
They feel creaky? Yeah, it's a strange feeling, isn't it? Right?
Like I'm old.
No, you're not old. It worked.
Like
it worked for Maddie.
87.
Awesome. 87? What? Worked for Maddie. It looks like it's working for Glock Grab Out. I can make energy balls now. I have the Rasengan. That's awesome.
Yes.
Woo! Rasengan. Awesome. All right, so it looks like this is working pretty well for a lot of people here. So now we're going to go ahead and reveal our auras. It worked for Aiden as well. So to do this particular effect, the same way that you imagined in your mind the phenomenon, that's what we're utilizing here to cause it to happen. You imagine it first, and then you'll actually see the experience the same way that you just did with your magnetic fingers. So to do this one, what you're going to do is hold up one hand like so, and leave it off by the side of your face. And then you're going to go ahead and look at my finger on the camera now and imagine it glowing with a color. And whatever color comes to your mind is perfectly fine. And I want you to visualize the color glowing around the tip of my finger. And when you can truly imagine it and almost actually see the wavy lines and perhaps the color outline, that's when you know it's charged up completely. And I'll send it off. 3, 2, 1. All right, got a strong blue going for myself now, but you might see a different color, and that's perfectly fine. And we're going to go ahead and send that off for you guys like that. Now, as I've done that, in a moment, it's going to reach your hand. So I want you to put your hand out forward slowly and then turn it over and look at the tips of your fingers. When it hits, you'll actually see it light up, and you'll see what appears to be a glowing color around the tips of your fingers. Some people don't see the color itself. They'll see wavy lines or a magnetic force. But if you slowly shift your hands back and forth, you'll see the outline leave behind almost an after effect. And you can almost see the light being distorted by it around the tips of your finger. And we're going to have that go away here in 3, 2, 1. We'll have that go right back to normal just like that. And that is how to reveal your aura. Let's see how that worked for you guys in the chat. Let's see if your experience is at home. Let's see what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And that is today's Magic Illusion and the Arcane Arts. We're going to be moving right on into live wizard readings as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see what's going on for you guys. I feel creaky and old when they move back. How about you, OPVs? How was your experience?
It was good. I got pink.
Ooh, she got pink aura for OPVs. Nice. That's legendary. Let's see what we got in the chat. No, there's a bit of a delay there. And who's up first on the live wizard reading list? My hands are shaking. Ooh, very interesting, Angel Girl. Aiden says, I got red. Does that mean anything? It means that that's the color that you're... So your color changes based on a whole host of things. Temperature, your environment, your emotions, your feelings. It's a pretty variable thing. It's just kind of like a fading energy kind of sort of thing. You could change the color if you wanted. Like you could take the red and you could go and focus on it being green, and you could turn it into green kind of thing. Let's see, I got red too. Nice, Maddie. Awesome. We're seeing a lot of people. Glock Crab Owl getting blue. Very nice indeed. We're seeing a ton of people. This is awesome. Congratulations, guys. All right, who's up next? By the way, that's a very advanced technique. You guys, I mean, as you know, this is a small group of people. We have selected from 423,000 people. We've got 11 people that make it to the live stream here right now. Like, that's a small group of people, and there's a reason for that. We're picking the best of the best for this chat. That's the end game, and the fact that you guys are doing advanced stuff, people spend years practicing, it's really incredible. So keep it up. You guys crush. Let's get the first person's reading going. Who's up first? Aiden. Welcome, Aiden. Aiden, you are up. Is there anything in particular you'd like a reading about? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll get your reading started shortly. And if you want to upgrade your reading, just type upgrade in the comments below. That will get you a 3-card reading instead of a 1-card reading. And you can pay whatever you think the reading is worth at the end at paypal.me/askawizard. If you think that the reading sucked and wasn't accurate for you, feel free to not pay anything at all. That is perfectly fine because I want to improve and do the best readings I can for you. Let's see. What do we got from Aiden? Aiden says, interesting. Very nice. That's my favorite card on screen. One of my favorite cards as well. I like the Fool because of what it stands for. Me too. The Fool is a fantastic card and one of my favorites to see as a wizard because it says, oh, a hero about to go on his hero's journey. I want to help him. Overview of life as always. All right, Aiden, let's do this. Oh, I didn't see that. What did she not see?
Your followers on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. They're crazy.
How many?
All right, so let's get the Ace of Cups. Ooh, very nice. So, the Ace of Cups is a very interesting card. This is about the beginning of a new emotional journey. As you can see, it's overflowing. So typically what happens here is your subconscious finally has a breakthrough in emotional development and says, I'm ready for a new adventure. This is commonly happens after a breakup. You go through a little down period, and then eventually out of nowhere, you're like, I'm ready to go. And then you go out on your new adventure. So that's a very common experience. Losing your job is another one. Or just beginning a new adventure entirely, something that you love or care about, starting a new relationship, things of that nature. So when you're in that kind of situation, it's important to make sure that you make sure you're using logic as well. You don't want to just be using emotions during this time. It's easy to make big mistakes because you're only focusing on the emotional feelings. A great way to do this is to have a friend that loves you, cares about you, wants the best from you, and can be honest with you. That's the big key here, and let you know, are you getting into something that's a little bad for you? Is this really the best choice for you? And, is there some shady stuff going on? This works for careers as well as relationships. Sometimes those jobs where they're like, no man, we're gonna make you an actor, just come on up, sign up for our program, come get the free dinner, it's gonna be great, you're gonna be famous. Sometimes those are a little less reputable than they sound. So find that third-party friend who's going to be honest with you during this time, and I think that'll help you out, Aiden. And with that, we're going to move on to the next live wizard reading. Woo! Who's up next?
Corey. And it's upgraded thanks to
Corey. Thank you very much. Corey, if you're here, let us know in the comments below. And thank you very much for that upgrade from the generous, the wonderful, the amazing Caleb. By the way, Caleb, we dropped your book off at the post office, and they said it's going to be there by Monday, which I think is wildly long, but, whatever. Got to do what you got to do. Yeah, trust the government to deliver something. What do you expect?
Does Caleb have an owl name?
Already, thank you. I don't know, Caleb, are you owlified? Let me know. We'll get your owl name going. And let's see. I gotta get ready for school tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later, Aiden. Have good time at school. We're gonna be talking a lot about school here in just a bit and how to get through it. So maybe tune in later tomorrow, but probably not during school because they'll think that you're finding out their secrets. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Corey, are you here? In the comments below. By the way, after we get these readings done here, these first 3 readings, we're going to be looking at real ninjas, and we're going to be exposing the system that they don't want you to know about in just a bit. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, we'll see you here in just a little bit. I'm here. My question is, when will my mom accept my beliefs? Well, Corey, I'm not a psychic, so I can't really help you with that, but I can give you philosophical advice regarding how to converse with them, and so on and so forth. So let's go with that angle here. And let's actually, Caleb upgraded your reading for you. So what we're going to do is actually take it a step further. He was generous, so I want to be generous as well. We're going to go and take that to the Stoic reading. That's going to be a 5-card reading for you instead, because I think that's going to be more helpful in this situation. So let's see. What are the 3 things that Caleb could consider and that he should consider with this conversation and has the power to actually act on? And that's the Stoic approach. Let's see here. So your current state we see is the 10 of Wands. So this is the completion of a spiritual journey. So this is probably regarding you coming to the realization of your new beliefs. That's what you're talking about here. So you have new beliefs. You've been struggling to get to this point, and now you're at that point. So let's take a look at what are some of the suggestions for you given that scenario. So let's take a look right here. The first piece of advice we have is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man here, Corey, is a recommendation that you should do the inverse principle. So right now you've been trying to communicate your quote-unquote beliefs with your mother, and it's not going over well. So have you tried doing the opposite approach? What if you talk to her in a way that says, hey, you know, I've been trying to communicate my ideas to you, and I don't think I'm doing a good job, and I know that it makes you upset, for example. So is there anything that, could we sit down and just talk honestly? What is it about my beliefs that you don't like and disagree with? And be honest and open to listening to her. If she's got good points, that's what being a philosopher is about. A philosopher doesn't come in and say, I am 100% right, and I know I'm the right one, and you're the wrong one. You say, all right, let's hear it. I have my arguments, you have yours. Let's conduct the dialectic and see who is the most right. Because do we want to live a false belief? Probably not. And so that would be my first attempt here is, what if we come in here and try to be neutral and open to changing our mind? That would be the first piece of advice. The second piece of advice we see is the Page of Swords. So this is to realize that both you and her may be inexperienced with your logos. You guys both might be a little wrong here and there, and that might be leading to this conflict. She might be wrong on some things, you might be wrong on some things. And so it's important to realize that the Page of Swords is about being inexperienced with logos. And so that means that you're both coming into this with the understanding that you might be wrong on some stuff and you could both learn from each other. So that's what we see popping up here with the Page of Swords as the second piece of advice in this particular situation. Finally, what do we see here? All right, so we see the Justice card popping up here. So the Justice card is a pretty intense card, as you can see here. This is about applying logos and judgment. So at the end of the day, you have to realize, you know, if you're in a situation where you are dependent on someone, for example, your mother, maybe she's providing food and shelter and valuable things for you. At the end of the day, she has her judgment to cast because she is providing for you. She's helping you. She's giving you what you need to survive. So even if this is a difficult time, we can't just go and be, you're the wrong one, the stupid bad person. We also have to accept that they have a lot of value in this scenario and that we need them. And if you need them, then you've also got to respect that as well. So even if they don't respect your beliefs necessarily and they don't have compelling arguments to defend why they don't accept your beliefs, I would still recommend exercising judgment in this case and saying, we don't have to all agree on the same things. A good example is me. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord. But I'm a big fan of Muslim people. I call them the Muzzies. They're my friends. And I agree with them on a lot of things. They're wrong about the name of God. And they're wrong about how you should treat women. And they're wrong about a couple little tiny things here or there. But more or less, the basic principles of what they believe in are in alignment with what I believe in. And so you can have differing beliefs and still be loving and caring and in a great relationship with each other. So that's what we see popping up here with the judgment card. So when we take this all into consideration, the final transformation you can expect from this, Corey, is the Seven of Swords. So this is a warning card here, which is saying, let's not be too confident in our logos. This means we might have good information, we might have good arguments. However, despite the fact that we have good arguments, that doesn't actually mean we're necessarily correct. The Seven of Swords is saying that just knowing some facts is not the same thing as actual experience and actual life. It isn't until we live out the knowledge and act it out in the real world do we truly know it. So if I was trying to express my beliefs and you went through the process we just talked about right now, and you still weren't getting positive results, what I would do is live the belief system, and as good things happen to you for believing that, hopefully that would be a persuasive argument. This is what Jesus teaches us with spiritual disciplines. He says, don't go out there and just browbeat people. Go surrender to Christ. Come forth. Join the Lord. He doesn't say to do that. What he says is go live a Christian life. You're going to crush. Go build, grow, and create amazing things. And then people will be like, you are so freaking awesome. Everything is so cool. How the heck did you do it? And you just tell them, well, the big deal is I have Christ. I follow Jesus, and that's how I got here. And you can do that with your beliefs too. And so that would be my recommendation there, and I hope that helps you out and gives you some insights. I had to do something similar for myself in business. I had a lot of clients, and I was doing marketing for them, and they would always second guess every step of the way. They're like, well, but I don't think that's going to work. Oh, really? I'm afraid to risk $500, which is nothing in marketing dollars, by the way. They were just constantly nitpicking, and I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go build my own company. I did, and it worked. And so now I don't have to be concerned about whether or not I can do a good job because I did it. I built it from scratch. I know I can do a good job. And so that actually helped me get a lot of the business I have today because people are like, well, why should we trust you? And I just go, well, here's my projects. See how they worked? And they're like, oh, okay. And so that would be my recommendation there. All right. Who is up next?
We have... One moment. We have some new owls.
Hey, Changed Owl. How's it going? Changed Owl Arthur. Very nice name. Hey, Vok Owl back in the chat. Welcome, welcome. My question is, when will my question... Corey, we just did your reading. Am I behind on the comments, maybe?
No, that's new.
Okay. Well, hopefully you saw the reading, Corey. I hope that gave you the insight. It was
Singing H-Bear is next.
All right, Singing H-Bear, and once again, my window has closed and crashed. Oh, hey, it's back. Okay. Who's up next?
Singing H-Bear.
Singing Owl. Singing Owl. Welcome, welcome, Singing Owl. Let me know in the comments what you'd like a reading about, and what's up.
Caleb wants to be owlified as Time Owl.
Ooh, that's a cool one. I like that. Time Owl.
Maddie is trying to figure out her owl name.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, Caleb, we'll get you owlified while we wait for Singing Owl to let us know what you'd like a reading about. Let's get this going.
Changed Owl wants to know if you remember.
I remember what? Changed Owl?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an owl. I remember all my owls. All right, let's go here and let's make an energy ball real quick. Okay, and that's going to look a little weird here for you, but very important that we're just making an energy ball to confuse you, which is the key point here. And right now, you're familiar with me making the energy ball. What you aren't familiar with is turning it into a triangle. Ha 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 ha! No, you weren't expecting that. Let's put it on the top and spin it real quick. Now you've been a little bit confused. You've been completely confused, to be frank, and you're wondering, why are we in this state of confusion at all? And the question and the answer is very simple. Caleb, you are the kind of person who is got a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, and a lot of ambition in your life. And I think that what comes to your mind a lot is this fear of, am I doing enough? Am I going to miss out? Am I wasting time on things that don't matter? And what I would recommend doing is get your principles in alignment. Make sure you get the patterns of what you want down, and then let the rest go. You're going to, as long as you're taking consistent action, maybe 1 or 2 hours a day dedicated to your passions and your art, you're going to naturally go down the right path and identify new things along the way that you love, that are compelling and interesting to you, and will help you grow in your projects and endeavors. So don't be too worried about missing out on stuff. Just start taking action today and commit to doing it consistently for a couple hours, maybe 5 times a week if you can. And if that's too much for you, if you say, that's crazy, Tyler, I couldn't possibly do it, start with 5 minutes, start with 10 minutes, start with 15, whatever you can do. Start there and start the consistency. Consistency is key. And don't try to go over 2 hours. 2 hours is too much until you have got a stable full-time income coming in from it. All right, let's take that and send it on over. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Should be flying on over to you, Caleb, and flying through the air. You might experience some strange phenomenon. Flashing lights are very common, shadows moving around, strange noises, things of that nature. You might see an orb. Those are all common experiences. So if you have that happen, let us know. A temperature change is also pretty frequent, and we're going to be seeing that happen probably pretty soon here in about 3, 2, 1. All right, should be landing in Caleb now. Welcome, Caleb. You're now owlified as Time Owl. Welcome to the flock. Woo! You're crushing! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Legendary Time Owl.
Woo!
Nice. All right, who is up next?
Singing Owl.
Singing Owl is here. Actually, I want my reading to be about love. Ooh, spicy. All right.
Another request for ASMR.
ASMR. My goodness, what is ASMR? That's the thing where they like whisper into microphones or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were showing me that.
Like,
it was disturbing.
Crinkle things and.
But what's the? I don't get it. What is the point? Is it?
It's relaxing.
Relaxing. You know, we have a few. Let's be frank here, a little awkward, but we got some videos that were sent our way from some fans, and they were basically taking out like the readings and stuff and putting them over a music track, which were a little cringy, but maybe that's something that people would like having. Maybe we'll point it out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let you know. All right, let's get Singing Owl's reading. That's a good one.
Angel Owl says when you owl fight her room got hot.
Ooh, nice.
And there were flashing lights.
Wow, flashing lights, and the room is changing over at Angel Girl's house. That's crazy. Angel Owl. All right, Singing Owl, let's get your reading going on love. You know who we should go with? A wild man for love. You know what? No, let's not go with a wild man. Let's go with C.S. Lewis. The four types of love. My goodness, what a philosopher. C.S. Lewis is a great philosopher. Highly recommend checking him out. He is one of the few philosophers where you don't really need to be like super well read. You don't have to practice. It's not something where you're sitting down and like with Aristotle, you're sitting down for an hour to just get through a paragraph. It's insane. With C.S. Lewis, you could just pick it up and casually read it, and the average person's going to be able to understand it just fine. So I highly recommend checking him out for that reason alone. He's one of the few modern philosophers I recommend. All right, who do we got? Ooh, okay. So we got the Four of Swords popping up here. All right, so what the Four of Swords is about, Singing Owl, this is about the principles of logos. Now, oddly enough, C.S. Lewis actually references exactly this. There's 4 different types of love, and I highly recommend checking out his book on the topic. If you search the 4 types of love, C.S. Lewis, it should come right on top on Google for you. And what this, in this particular situation, though, is referencing for you is saying, in terms of love, it's important that we establish exactly what we want from our relationship at the core level. What are the things that we are looking for intellectually from a person? So this isn't just spiritual foundations. Those come first. Those are the things you believe in, the things you hold true, the things you won't compromise on. This is a little bit higher level than that. This is more about, is this someone that I can relate with? For example, does this person watch like similar art to me? Are they similar ideologies to me? Are we able to compromise and find things that are of common interest? Now, does this mean you have to be the exact same person in your relationship to make this work? Absolutely not. But what it does mean is that having core common hobbies that you enjoy are crucial to a long-term relationship. You know, imagine if OPBs on the 3 hours a week that I have of free time, if she was like, I hate video games, anime, and going for hikes in nature. Imagine how terrible our relationship would be. It's like, okay, so I guess we just don't see each other at all. So making sure you have those core things is very important. So that would be my recommendation there for you, Singing Owl. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights. And let me know in the comments below if that helped you out. And check out C.S. Lewis's 4 Kinds of Love. I don't know what the title actually is. If you Google it, it'll come up. Can you get me that book there with the C.S. Lewis signature? Yeah, that one.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. I'm going to
get
get the book right here. Let's see. It is called The 4 Loves. The 4 Loves right here. Now, this whole book is not it. This is a whole bunch of books. It's all these kinds of books. But the one that you need right here is called The 4 Loves. The 4 Loves right there by C.S. Lewis. All right. So let us begin. Was that 3 readings?
That was 3 readings.
Awesome. And was there anyone else? Or did we did the Owl Find?
Owl Find Maddie.
All right, we can do it.
Game Owl.
Game Owl. All right, let's do it. Let's get Maddie owlified, and then we will move on to the next segment. All right, Maddie, let's go. Here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and make an orb, and you know what we're going to do with it that's very odd? Absolutely nothing, because you were expecting me to. Ha 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 ha. Once again, I have tricked you with confusion, Maddie. And that's important because you were expecting the pen, but now it's a piece of wax. It's very odd how it constantly changes, isn't it? But that's not worth worrying about now. Right now, what we want to focus on is, instead, Maddie, sometimes we get into our head and we think we've got this internal critic. It's this person who's telling us, oh, we suck, oh, we could have done that better, and we're beating ourselves up in our head. And what I want you to understand is that that self-criticism isn't going to help us be better. And that element of us is a part of us that we need, but we need to educate it on how to help us. That exists there to let us know when we make mistakes, but we want it to work for us, not against us. So next time you're experiencing that, let's reach out to that voice, and in our mind, let's tell it, hey, you know, this isn't the way I want to be treated. This isn't helpful for me. Can you try and communicate in a different way and educate it? Let your brain know how you want to be talked to and see if that helps you out. I think that's going to help you out a lot, Maddie. And we're going to take this here and send it on off. Should be flying on off. Now you guys might experience some strange phenomenon. The temperature's changing, lights flickering on and off, shadows moving, things of that nature. Orbs are common as well. If you experience that, let us know in the chat. But if not, it's perfectly fine as well. Let's see if we got this going on over to Maddie. All right. And what are we doing for the owl name here?
Game Owl.
Game Owl. All right. Flying through the air. Should be arriving in 3, 2, 1. Maddie, you have been owlified. Welcome to the flock, Game Owl. Woo! You're crushing! Yeah! Woo! Maddie's a legend! And she's Game Owl! Woo! Alright, welcome, Game Owl. Thank you very much. Welcome to the flock. And let's get moving on to the next video. Incredible videos. Ninjas still exist? ? Question mark. Let's take a look. I found real-life ninjas, IRL, that still exist. I didn't realize this was a thing that was possible, and now I know, and I have my new fitness goals. This is my fitness goals. By the way, let's just give a shout out here to this video clip. Let's take a look here and see what it is I'm referencing. This is 33 minutes and 33 seconds. Tesla number. Great time on the video. Great timing on that video. I love it. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so they're doing a little scene thing here. He's extracting the chemicals. How legit is this? Oh my gosh, this is incredible! Where did the other ninja come from? He's just chilling. My word. Oh my gosh, that's incredible! And this is not special effects. This is their real skill. They just can do this. It's incredible. Could you imagine you're walking around downtown and you just see a bunch of ninjas flying by you? This is real life Naruto. Like, what the heck? Oh my word. Jeez. They're running through an airport. My word. I was going to say, what if security catches that? Is that Deadpool? Why is Deadpool just sitting on the ledge? I was going to say, what if, airport security, but it's like, what are they going to do? Catch them? Like, how do you catch these guys? And they're all wearing masks, too. It's like, what are you going to do on security? It's a perfect crime, really. What is with Deadpool? Why does he keep showing up? I don't know what that was supposed to be. Jeez, so he can just take the fall. That's like a 6-foot drop, and he just takes it, gets up, and runs by doing a barrel roll. What in the world? He just scaled the wall. Oh my word. Jeez. He's just like, I could take the stairs, but I choose not to. Oh, the ultimate showdown. Here it goes. Oh, he's using shadow clones. Very impressive. Oh, that was a terrible fight cinematography. First off, guys, if you're in a martial arts situation, do not leap in the air with your foot. Yeah, that's like the worst possible thing you could do. You've lost 99% of your strength. The strength comes from the ground. Connect to the ground. Your weight comes from the legs. That's where you get your force. And don't do this. What is the... Let's do a little spinny twirl. Do you know what that is? That's an aerial target. You give him the good old police kick in the door, that guy's going flying. So very good at the flippies, not so good at the martial arties. Well, at least this guy's got good format. Boom. There you go. That's the kick we want. All right, this guy's using proper technique. I like him. He's throwing... Okay, throwing your opponent, not the best technique. But when your opponent is half your size, you can kind of just do whatever you want. Oh my. What is this? Did he just squish his head like a grape? Oh yeah, you didn't expect them to be ninjas now, did you, you fool? Oh, this is amazing. All right, so I guess he's just catching ninja stars out of the air now. That is a real ninja. Apparently, this is a thing that you can do in real life. I was unaware of it, but I am inspired. This is my fitness goal right here. My fitness goal is to be able to do this. I'll stop dieting and exercising when I'm able to do this. That's my goal.
Well, you're not supposed to stop.
Now, here's the question. Is this just something all the people can do and I'm just really fat and didn't know? Or is this actually a real skill? Because I don't how do you practice? Like, I just get good at hopping. Like, I don't see that as something you could just hop yourself into greater hopping, but like it seems like there'd be an outer limit. Like, you just have to be really tiny? Is that the secret? What's going on here? Anybody know?
Definitely a real skill.
It's a simple thing. Chicky tendies. Oh my gosh. Luke. Green Earth Vader. The Earth Mall. That's so cool. I want one. What's going on? When I'm rich. I'm currently playing the game zone.
Changed Owl owns 3 lightsabers.
Okay. I have one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
and
pretty cool.
then they want a katana, like from Demon Slayer.
Nice. Katanas are expensive. Getting a real katana, I looked into it. It was like $7,000. If you wanted to get one made in Japan, it's intense to get like a legit one. And also, I think you have to do some like sketchy shipping too, because it's technically like a deadly weapon. So it's a little weird. All right, boys and girls, it's time to move on to the next segment. Let's take a look at what they don't want you to know. The system exposed. Do you ever feel like there is a special class of people who seem to know how to live better than us? Like they're somehow privy to secret knowledge that allows them to be successful, powerful, and influential? Well, what if I told you that not only is that group of people real, but they have built a system designed to keep the information away from you so that they can instead brainwash you into becoming an obedient livestock to be farmed for tax and debt? Well, that is exactly what is happening in America right now. You may have seen the intensely censored media. They have been blocking information in the schools, media, big tech, and have been pushing back to hide what they're doing and using insane censorship tactics to hide just how devastating and deadly these programs are. And what's worse is that through bribery, via massively overpaid salaries and false feelings of status, teachers are corrupted and directly complicit in this atrocity as well. They are on it from the ground up, and now they have secured their power. They are plotting together to keep this all a secret from the tax and debt cattle. And if anyone in this sick system wants to break free from it and they're working within it, they are often silenced with threats of legal action, career destruction, blackmail, and other forms of skullduggery. The Matrix is real, and these freaks built it. You were plugged in as a child when you are stolen away with government force to be forced indoctrinated in schools into the Matrix at the ages of 4 or 5. Then, for 8 hours a day, you are subjected to a military prison-style tactics used to break your mind and spirit. You are told lies day in and day out, and punished for speaking out against them. They control your speech, your behavior, your location, when you eat, who you sit with, and assign you a social credit score. They are exactly using the exact same tactics that the Soviet KGB used to brainwash and break enemy soldiers. And yet, we willingly sacrifice our children to this demonic system. And it gets worse. When you aren't in your 13-year prison indoctrination sentence 8 hours a day, they steal that small sliver of time you have with your parents by inundating you with mindless routine and pointless tasks, just like every major cult does. What about those few precious moments that school isn't dominating your mind? First, These sick elites own the media and spend every waking minute dumping mountains of lies that all have the same message: doom, gloom, despair, hate, evil, and horror. If it is not for the holy government and corporate elites, this horror would destroy us all. This is designed to demoralize you and make you feel like there's no hope and everything is pointless. But what about those few precious hours you get to spend alone, away from the sick, vile form of torture? Well, you guessed it. The corporate elites come in to seduce you with low information, mindless entertainment that is stuffed to the brim with propaganda they want you to believe. Why, though? Why do they do all this? What is the secret? Well, the secret is they are deeply afraid of you. You see, despite all their efforts and their combined trillions of dollars spent to try and break you and turn you into a debt and tax slave, they are still failing to get the job done. In fact, by simply hearing this message now, I'm undoing likely a collective $1 billion worth of marketing efforts to attempt to break you personally and make you be a debt and tax cow and slave. There is just hope. There isn't just hope. There is a proven way. And how do I know? Because I did it myself, and I came out the other side. There is no going back once you break free of the Matrix, and the Matrix is real. You will appear to be one of the special few once you break free. You will disturb the elite. You will be a disruptive force to the cattle around you. So if you don't want to break free now is the time to walk away. But if you want to break free, I'm going to show you the exact steps right now. Give them a chance to walk away if they so desire. Give that I know there's a delay here, so we'll give that some time. And go. Ready? All right, let's begin. First things first. Accept your situation. You are stuck in the prison system of education until the age of 18, and it can't be changed from the inside. You are essentially a prisoner, and your teachers are your prison wards. Do not pick fights with the prison wards. Keep your head down. Be the one they like, and don't draw too much attention to yourself. Next, you want to study your teachers, and keep in mind, teachers are almost exclusively the least capable and intelligent among us. Teachers are people who can't do and can't teach, and simply read what the elites tell them to say at risk of losing their job if they disobey. This means by studying your teacher's teaching habits, you will quickly discover their tells. This usually takes the form of them literally just saying things like, "And I would write this down, it will be on the test." Once you figure these tells out, you will be able to skip out on listening during class and only write down when they want you to write down for the test. Now you can get good grades and not consume as many lies. With this extra time, you will now use it to educate yourself, because the school system will not. Study the classics: Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia. Get real education flowing into your mind to offset the brainwashing they're trying to do. The Wizard Library will provide you with 54 books and audiobooks, so you will always have something to listen to or read. We're working on putting that together right now. But again, check out Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia. These are great places to start. Next, you need to actually learn what the teacher is lying to you about. You can't just skip school and not learn what they want you to learn about the topics. You need to know the topics, and you need to know them better than your teacher. But this is actually very simple to do. To do this, Google the topics and watch a 5 to 10 minute YouTube video on the topic that your teacher's covering. In 5 minutes, that YouTube video will be better than the best public school teacher will do for you in a year. So do this after school to get a real education. After you Google how to do the lessons, also, you want to Google how to do your homework and testing faster on YouTube. There's tons of hacks to make doing your homework faster and easier. Make it a game to see how fast you can get it done while still getting a good grade. Now that we've addressed the prison system, let's move on to the corporate sins. Luckily, these ones are a lot easier. You simply just don't watch them. You turn them off. And in fact, That's one of the reasons the Parliament of Owls exists. I created a podcast, YouTube stream, TikTok show so that instead of plugging into propaganda and negativity, you can pop in entertainment and positivity. Now, keep in mind, these evil corporate monsters literally think of you as a dirty rat to be trained, and they design TV, computers, phones, and technology to hijack your brain with dopamine so that you compulsively take your phone and use their products. They hijack your brain's behavior by replacing the apps. This is how to break that. So that's what they're doing. They treat you like a rat. They actually study rats and addictions with their apps to try and manipulate your thoughts. However, you can hijack this by simply replacing the apps that they have put into your brain with other apps that aren't filled with poison and propaganda. So, what does this look like? Going through, and let's say you're addicted to Instagram. You could swap out Instagram for your Google Drive, which would link to audiobooks and ebooks. So when you go to open up the Instagram, you'll find Google Drive there instead. Click that and then start reading a good book or listening to a good book. Doing this with your news stations, opening up a classic book instead of your news stations, listening to a podcast or classical music instead of the news. Start taking what they've programmed in you and replace it with good quality classical information. By doing this, you will have cut off their poison and typically will experience withdrawals for the first 48 hours. This can be very intense, so you got to be ready for it. After just a week, though, you will see the results. The world is not going to look like what it once was. You are now going to be broken free of your chains and have escaped Plato's cave. Now is the time to begin to learn so you can build, grow, and create the beautiful, the good, and the true. Welcome to the Parliament of Owls. Now you might be asking yourself, but Tyler, I'm not in school. I know the vast majority of you guys aren't in school anymore. I know that a lot of you have left school already. You've fallen for the Church of Satan's tricks, and you are now in or have left college. If that is you, do not lose hope. You can still set yourself free. Anyone at any time can take the steps and break free. There's always hope. You can always transform. So don't let the programming convince you to despair. Don't let them tell you it won't work because of X. That's what they put into your head. Just give it a try, and I'll see you on the other side. And that is what they don't want you to know about the system that's being exposed. What do we got going on in chat? How are you guys doing?
We're all just talking about school. And
nice.
Sports and anime.
Great. That is what I like to see. Awesome. That is great. Oh, that makes me happy. All right, boys and girls. Well, I think with that, it's time to move on to the Paranormal Paracosm, a terrifying doll encounter. This is a spooky video here, guys. Now, Paranormal Paracosms, where we watch some scary films. By the way, in the near future here, we're thinking about putting together this segment where we will work with people after the lecture here and work directly with the Parliament of Owls, where we'll plan events and shows over on TikTok. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I know that that's probably a big commitment too, so I know that not everyone's going to want to spend that kind of time. But if it is something you're interested in, feel free to give us a DM and we might work something out there. That will be well down the line, though, while we are currently working on the Wizard Library. That's our #1 priority. So let's take a look here at this video. This is some freaky stuff. This is gonna get, I know OPV's not gonna like this one at all. This is straight up her no likey alley.
What?
Let's take a look. So this girl's just chilling with a doll that she has purchased here. She's just celebrating it, apparently. She's pretty old, having a pretty big doll here, very large. It turns its head and looks at her.
Oh, no.
Why? Let's do a check here. Okay, there's her hand. There's her hand. Okay, we can see her hands. and it just moves on its own. What is that? Oh, she loses it. Oh, and she throws it down. There couldn't be anyone standing behind her. What in the world? That is freaky. Freaky video. I don't know what's going on there, but thank you guys for sending that on in. And that is today's Paranormal Paracosm. Let's move on to fantastic cryptids and where to find them. Today, we're looking into the creepy clowns. Now, you guys asked me to look into the creepy clown phenomenon, and, you know, you guys said to be careful with these videos, but I'm sorry. I don't think there's as much to be afraid of, to be honest, as what people are freaking out about. They're like scary clowns going around and whatnot. So I checked out some of the videos you guys sent me, and we're going to check them out, but well, let's just take a look.
I can't watch.
That's all right. All right, so
put the camera on.
This is the first video that we got here. And let me know if you guys see what I'm seeing.
Camera's on, camera's on. Okay, look, I just saw one of those killer clowns, dude. Let's get out of here. No, let's not get out of here. Let's get him on camera, dude. Look.
Okay, do you see what I mean? It just, he clearly is faking this, okay? Like, it's so, this isn't how you react to I just saw one of the creepy clowns. You don't look at the camera and go, oh, hey guys, I just saw one of those creepy clowns, so that the algorithm will hear me say the right words. Yeah, let's go. It just doesn't seem real. Look. He's right there. He's literally like 25 feet from you. At this point, you would have sprinted and run.
What's he doing? Get out of here, bro. No, let's not get out of here nowhere. Come on, let's go.
Let's not get out of here. Come on, let's go. Like, this is so obviously a setup.
On camera. This is crazy. Where'd he go?
Oh, he disappeared.
Where did he go? Bro, I'm leaving. Now, come on. Come on. Oh, my God.
Oh, he's right behind him. Whoa, so spooky.
Like this anyway? What are you supposed to be? What is this? Some kind of stupid, scary movie?
He's literally talking to him. So, like, this is what's coming up for me. So you guys sent this over. So I'm not too freaked out here, to be honest. So I'm fully on board with moving forward and watching some more of the videos. I'm not too worried about this. So let's take a look at the second one that you guys sent in, and that was this guy. Okay. So we're videotaping a cornfield. Really, really loud audio. My gosh. Beautiful footage. Found this. Okay, oh, that's weird. Why is there a guy in a clown suit in the middle of a cornfield? That's a little odd. That's man, I can't imagine if I had a farm and I went with a drone and saw this. Wow. Okay. Huh. That's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, too. Very weird. Okay, so we see, so that's a little bit more compelling, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's just a dude in a clown suit, what is the chances of, like, because in the middle of a cornfield, that's a lot of commitment. If that's a setup or a joke, you know what? I'm gonna do some Googling here. What if we search, like, what if, let's see here. Let's search something that would get us, like, a real video. Because the first one, obviously, not very reliable. What if we go, like, creepy clown attack real? Creepy clown attack real. Let's see how that looks and see what we get from there. Because that's enough to make me think, like, maybe this is a trend that's actually happening. Let's see what we got here. Clown, run over, clown sighting. Ooh, okay. Let's take a look.
Okay, what the fuck? No,
Oh gosh, this is going to be an inappropriate one. I apologize in advance, guys. Don't use pathetic peasant language of swearing. It is a sign of your weakness.
what the fucking happened? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, but that is pretty freaky. There's literally a clown standing in the middle of the road. Oh, gosh. Wait, is that a... What is that? A broom? Is he have a mop? Jeez, could you imagine you're driving down the freeway and you see this in the middle of the road? What do you even do?
Go the other way! What are you doing?
Oh gosh, I had greatly misunderstood that this is actually pretty freaky.
Oh my god! Stop!
Oh shoot, he's getting out of the car. Is he gonna go... This is what I was worried about.
No!
He just beat him with a crowbar?
Oh shit! Oh!
He dropped him with a crowbar.
Stop! Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Oh my word. Wait, there was a camera cut there.
Oh my god!
Shit!
Fuck, you're fucking
Did you run over him? Oh my! You ran over him!
He ran over him?
Ran over him! I think I fucking broke his
Hey, bad language.
Wait, we have to look back. No, go back. Go back.
He ran over his leg. Jeez, that's intense, dude. You're a criminal too. You're more creepy than the clown. Oh my word.
What if there's more? Yo, that was fucking scary shit.
No, what's your name? Wait, how did this happen? Like, I just never expected
Oh yeah, our friend told us that there was one out here, so we kind of came looking and we weren't going to tell you.
No, Blake is a fucking savage, though.
Oh, no!
Yeah, no, you just recorded an assault and battery, Blake. Oh, he's back up too, and he's running at the car. Woo! Jeez. Okay. Well, I was wrong, guys. I came into this thinking not spooky, but jeez, that's a... Whew. Creepy clowns are real. Wow. So here's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think. I think that they're people who are trying to scare people. And that this is, like, incredibly dangerous. Because either this means that they mean real harm, or people think that they mean real harm, which means that they will cause them real harm. So I don't know what to do about it, because there isn't anything illegal I can think of about dressing as a clown, but like I think that there's a good chance you could get killed easily. You dress up as a clown, stand in the road, people clearly will go up and beat you with a crowbar and run you over with their car.
Yeah,
that's a... Wow. Okay. Well, so confirmed. The creepy clown phenomenon's a real thing. That was a 180. I wasn't expecting that at all. Well, I'm glad we made it through to the other side. Let's take a look at the next paranormal paracosm. What's the chat got going on, and how are we doing here? Pancakes boy? What in the world? OMG. I would have run him over too. Welcome, Wolf family. How's it going? Me waiting for food to get done, being like, changed owl. Maddie, if a clown walked up to my car in the middle of the night, I will run them. Exactly. I mean, honestly, you're kind of asking for it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You like if a dude showed up to my door in a clown suit in the middle of the night, I would come out with a gun. I wouldn't shoot him right away, but I would definitely walk out and be like, hey, sir, how's it going? With it right at him, a good 6 feet away, so that he couldn't lunge forward, and that would be my approach. So, yeah, no, I'm fully on board there. That's insane. That's... Oof.
Changed Owl says, Mr. Krabs is my boyfriend.
Congratulations, Changed Owl. Let me know. It must be a pinchy situation. Let's take a look at the next paranormal paracosm. This is a poltergeist apparently caught on tape. Let's take a look here. Apparently this lady is experiencing some strange poltergeist phenomenon where she is seeing some objects getting moved in her house. So let's see what we got here. So her door has been randomly opening and swinging on its own, and she's never been able to get video of it. She finally was able to get it. So the first thing she wants us to note is that the light continues to change brightness. This is something you guys experience a lot while watching the show. She puts a little disclaimer. Just so you know, the cat is not currently in the closet. And then gives us a close-up of the cat on her bed. You know that this is a lady who is dealing with some real stuff, who has a husband who's just like, sure, honey.
That would be you.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a ghost.
That
Yeah.
would be you.
Darling, you are a little bit outside your mind, but I love you still. And she's like, no, I'm serious. It's happened. It's the cat in the closet. It's the AC unit. And so she's like, I turned off the AC and heating unit. I have turned off all of our ceiling fans. And I even put a bag over the drapes so that you know that nothing's happening. Like,
and now I'm going to record it to prove it. Because you still won't believe me. That's you. That's us. Every time I lag on League, you're like, yeah, right.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. We're on the same internet, though.
Don't. Okay, well, my laptop is trash.
Oh, wow. The door is, if you fast forward, you see it is opening on its own. Wow. And you can see the books, or you can see the bags moving. Wow. That is freaky. Ooh, look how much more open it's gotten. What in the world? She's clearly getting spooked. Open for the second time in 15 minutes. Wow, she's committed to this.
There it goes.
Oh, wow. Jeez. It opened its whole way on its own.
Nothing there.
And you say there's nothing there.
Except for a messy closet, of course.
Except for my messy closet, of course.
Nothing.
Wow.
Hey, please tell me, what the fuck?
Hey,
That's
peasant.
basic.
Peasant language. Wow, isn't that freaky? All right, so that is the paranormal paracosm.
Where's the cat?
I believe her. I believe her.
her.
I think so. Yeah, I'm on her side. I think she went through a lot of efforts for some. That's not something a crazy person does. A crazy person doesn't go up and say, look, fine, I will set up sophisticated technology to prove the point. I will set up bags. They don't set up a controlled state. Crazy people are just like, but the blizzard people are telling me from space. You know, they're not doing scientific experiments. That's a very logical process. So I'm going to go ahead and say probably real. Probably real. What does the chat think?
The chat asks, if an orphan takes a selfie, is it a family photo?
Oh, no. If an orphan takes a selfie, is it a family photo? Poor Batman.
He has Alfred.
Yeah, I know. It's true.
They also say they eat toes. They eat orphans.
Who eats toes?
Changed owl.
Changed owl? Are you a cannibal?
Eats toes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's move on to the
give
next segment. Let's take a look at practical philosophy. Let's take a look today. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Aristotle. The difference between being indoctrinated and educated is staggering. Once you start learning how to educate yourself, the difference is startling. Taking the first step in breaking free of the matrix will open your eyes to the world and reveal the stark difference between the educated and the indoctrinated, for better or for worse. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. And that is how big the difference is between the indoctrinated and the educated. And the difference between them as well. So that is today's practical philosophy. And with that, we're going to move on to the final round of wizard readings. And let's get that started right now. Let's go. Let's go. Live wizard readings. Let's go. That was a good dance.
Crab Owl.
Glock Crab Owl, a legend amongst the chat. Glock Crab Owl, known for having an amazing profile picture and being an amazing owl. Glock Crab Owl, very awesome guy. Are you here? Let us know in the chat, and let's get your reading started. Let us know what you'd like a reading about, and we'll get that reading started shortly. By the way, if at any point you guys want to upgrade your reading, go to paypal.me. Well, actually, all you have to do is go into the chat and say upgrade. That will upgrade your 1-card reading to a 3-card reading, and you can pay at the end of the reading by going to paypal.me/askawizard. You can pay whatever you thought the reading was worth, and that will get you the 3-card reading. Now, if you'd like to send a letter to us at P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana 59807, we read those letters live on air, and we also send letters out in the mail to people who are on our letter list. So, if you want to get letters from a wizard with cool wax seal stamps, kind of like this guy right here, you can go and send a letter to P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana 59807. Now, how many letters? When are you going to get a letter? Will you always get a letter? No guarantees whatsoever. There's 0 guarantees. I send letters when it is time to send letters and when I feel called to sending someone a letter. That being said, we can't send you a letter unless you are on the letter club. So, when you feel compelled, just like I do, send a letter this way, and we'll read it live on air. If you want it to be personal, just right at the top, do not read, and we won't read it on air. All right, let's see. I haven't seen Glock Crab Owl yet. Hopefully, he didn't get spooked off by the scary clowns.
He's been commenting.
Really?
Yeah.
Glock Crab says watching.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right now? My goodness,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I got blocked out by Changed Owl.
I am always here.
Oh, there he is. Glock Crab Owl. My apologies. I couldn't see that. All right. So, Glock Crab Owl, I'm always watching. Well, welcome, Glock Crab Owl. That's a little spooky, a little freaky. But, hey, at least you got a Glock. You can protect me with it. All right. So, what would you like a reading about? Always watching. Oh, no. Always waiting. Oh, geez. All right. I see you all. Well, congratulations, Changed Owl, on your omnipotence. Or omnipotence. How is that going? Let me know. I guess that would be omnipresence, wouldn't it? Not. Well, I guess you could say both. Let's find out. Caleb says bye. Goodbye, Caleb. See you later. Also, Caleb has an owl name now.
I think because Corey is leaving.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Caleb is leaving.
Got it.
Okay, Glock Crab Owl let me pick, and I chose a love reading.
Whoa. Oh, PB's forcing the love reading. Very unethical.
Course. No.
All right, let's take a look here. Wow, well, it's actually a fantastic card. So, you know what? That's great. That's a great card. So this is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is about confidence and emotion. So this is a big picture love card right here. And so what this represents is having confidence in the love and friendships and relationships you have with everyone. This is not just romantic love here. This is about your friendships, your family. This can be romantic relationships, but most of all, it's saying to feel confident and secure in their love for you and to know that they have your back. So the 7 of Cups is one of the best cards. In fact, it's TJ is a old school OG owl, and this is his favorite card. It's a really great card to see popping up here for you. And the only call to action I'd have for you here, Glock Crab Owl, is make sure that if you're struggling right now or you're stressed, turn to your family and friends for the support that you need, and you're not going to be a burden on them. I think you'll find that they are very happy to help you through whatever you're dealing with. So that is what I see popping up here for you, Glock Crab Owl. I hope that helps you out, and we're going to move on to the next reading. Who's up next?
Which is Caleb.
Caleb, you are up. It's time for your reading, Caleb. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll get your reading started shortly.
The order is Caleb, and then Angel Owl, Vodka Owl, and then Changed Owl.
Thank you for letting me know.
Well, because Changed Owl has been asking.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you very much, OPBs.
You're welcome. And that's a lot to type.
Who's up next?
Caleb.
Caleb
Owl. I don't know.
Did you write down Caleb Owl's name?
He doesn't have a name yet.
Yeah, we all fight him. didn't we?
Oh, Time Owl.
Time Owl. Thank you.
I'm
My goodness.
so sorry.
OPVs is the keeper of the list. I couldn't
Time
possibly
Owl. I
remember.
had to
OPs.
look at the list.
Time Owl. Welcome, Time Owl.
But
Let's
he
get your
just
reading.
commented.
What do you mean? Caleb went to sleep, I think.
Lovecraft
He
said
said he
Caleb
was
was
passing out. Oh, okay. Well, Time Owl had to make
Well,
time for sleep. So
okay.
if he's not here, we'll move on to who's next.
We'll see. Angel Owl.
Angel Owl, if you're here, let us know in the comments below, and we'll get your reading started shortly. Time Owl and Angel Owl. Time Owl, Angel Owl. Do 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 do. Pretty intense. The scary clowns were intense, weren't they?
Caleb, yeah.
Hey, there he is. No, I fell asleep. Sorry. All right, there he is.
Back.
Let's get his reading started right now for Time Owl. He made time for the reading, and now let's get Time Owl a reading. Is there anything in particular, Time Owl, you're looking for a reading about? Let me know. And then after that, we have Angel Owl. Same deal. If there's anything in particular, Angel Owl, let us know in the comment section below. And let's get this started and we're going to give it the shuffle.
Give it the shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
Shuffle.
Solid shuffle. If he is king, I am prince. What is he the king of? Return of the king. Oh, God. Good work. I has new knowledge. Changed Owl. Are you obsessed with hierarchical position? Come on. You know more about philosophy than that. Hierarchical position sucks. Archetypical knowledge and then hierarchy and lobsters. You could be a dominant lobster at the top of your hominid's hierarchy. You don't want to be at the top of the hierarchy. It sucks up there. Do you know how hard it is to be the leader of stuff? It sucks. Everyone hates you and wants to kill you and take your job. It's crazy.
True.
It really isn't. It's really not worth it, in my opinion. Unless you're drawn to it. If you're called to it, but if you are called to it, it's not like something I'd actually have to tell you to do because you do it anyway. All right, let's go. Time Owl. All right, what do we got here? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is about taking action in the material world. In fact, Time Owl, I think that you got this card previously, if I'm not mistaken. And what this represents is about taking action in the material world. That is freaking out because of the green screen effect. That's pretty cool. We don't have a green screen, but we have a green screen effect for some reason from the old... we used to actually do a green screen here, but taking action on the material world. So what this is saying is you've got enough information here, Time Owl. You've thought this thing through. You've got a plan. We need to stop spending the time intellectualizing and hypotheticalizing and thinking, this could happen. What if I do that? What if I do this? What if I do... Just let's go and take the smallest risk we can to try it in the real world and then start working in the material realm. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot of growth. There's going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of failure when you enter into the material realm, but that is when true learning begins. So that would be my recommendation, is to start taking action in the material realm. And I think you're going to get a lot of good results and a lot of good knowledge by doing that. So that would be my reading there for you, Time Owl. I hope that helped you out. And we're going to move on to the next reading. Woo! Angel Owl, are you here? Let us know in the comments below, and we will get your reading started shortly. And then who's after Angel Owl?
Vodka Owl.
Vodka Owl. Welcome, Vodka Owl. How are you doing, sir?
Somebody else.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The flock is growing. I love it. YouTube can try and block us. Facebook can try and block us. TikTok can try and block us. They can shut down our communication channels. They can do anything they want. You know what? The Parliament of Owls will continue to grow. In fact, that's why we have the letter club, and I highly recommend sending a letter. You don't have to send money. It's not required. If you do, it's greatly appreciated. But send us a letter so we can get you on the mailing list and start getting letters to you. If there's ever a break in the communication chain, if we're not able to reach out to you, PayPal is not the way to go. The P.O. Box is the way to go. P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana 59807, because they ain't shutting down the government anytime soon, as far as I know. And so that's my my final line of communication for the Owls, as well as, of course, we have alternative means that we won't talk about because we don't reveal our plans.
Lock Crab
Yes.
said he had great news. He said he sent the Dino Nuggies.
You sent the Dino Nuggies. Oh, I am so ready for some Dino Nuggies.
I'm ready.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I am
Opeeves?
preheating the oven. Let's go.
What is the chances that Opeeves is able to make actual Dino Nuggies, like she could cut them into dino shapes?
Oh.
That seems really hard, right?
It would need to be like ground chicken.
I feel like you could do it by getting food shape, cookie cutters, and then just sticking it into the chicken.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
All right,
because
well.
chicken shrinks oddly, so you'd have to have ground chicken to form it into the nugget.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. So, nothing from Angel Owl?
Nothing from Angel Owl.
All right, we're going to move on to Vodka Owl. Vodka Owl, is there anything in particular you're looking for on insights? Let me know. TikTok, YouTube, you're trying to block them, but the house will stay as a pack. Heck yeah, we will. Heck yeah, we will. Or, I don't know, as a parliament, perhaps? Let's do this. All right, Vodka Owl, let's get this reading going for you, bud. False. There is one God. What was that in reference to?
Changed Owl said, I'm the god of anime.
Oh, gosh. Puny God.
He said false there.
Jotaro
It's
can stop.
JoJo's Bizarre.
Oh, okay. Nice. Block them, but the house. All right. Jotaro. I'm not familiar.
Jotaro. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Cool.
They keep referencing.
Got it. All right.
They
Let's
love
get
it.
Vodka reading. All right, Vodka. Let's see what we got popping up here for you, bud. Ooh, we got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is similarly to what we were seeing before, taking action in the material realm. This is about taking action on your knowledge, though. So what this is saying is that you have gathered enough wisdom, and now is the time to start strategizing a plan based on your wisdom to actually take action on. So this is like a step right before the previous step we just went over, which is the Knight of Pentacles. That's about taking action in the material realm. This is about saying you've got your knowledge. Now is the time to act on that knowledge and start developing a sophisticated plan that will allow you to act in the material realm. We don't need to get more wisdom. We've done enough research. Now is the time to start applying the knowledge we have. If we go and get more wisdom at this point, we're going to start losing out on that initial wisdom we got because we're not acting on it. So let's take action first and then move on to other stuff. So that's what we see popping up here for you, Vodka Owl. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights. And we're going to move on to the next reading. Who's up next?
Changed Owl.
Changed Owl. Changed Owl. Is there anything in particular you'd like a reading about? Let me know, Changed Owl.
They've been waiting for some.
Remember when Changed Owl changed his name to Changed Owl? And that was pretty funny.
Great time.
That was good lore. Let's go. All right, Changed Owl Arthur, not to be confused with King Arthur, I would assume. Let me know. From the 7 Deadly Sins, you wouldn't want to be King Arthur. That guy, he got wrecked. Wasn't even a challenge.
Changed Owl has a question.
All right, you choose.
If you are born deaf, what language do you think in?
If you're born deaf, what language do you think in? So I think that it's the language of your native birth, because you're still able to pick up sound through the vibrations. That was something very interesting I found out about by studying Beethoven, who was, by the way, left-handed, of course, so that makes him superior to other people. But most importantly, if he went deaf and was able to still do music by touch, so apparently his touching of things will cause a vibration, and I guess if you set up a certain way, you can actually hear still. So they're still able to perceive a lot of sound, and most deaf people aren't actually fully deaf. They're just they can still hear. It's just very, very muffled. So a lot of interesting things there. Now let's get Changed Owl a reading. Ooh, interesting. But yeah, they had another interesting one. People who are blind from birth, who've never had their eyes because they're like cancer burnt them out, basically. It's horrifying. They still would dream in color and visions, like they could see the world. Very weird.
How cool.
Yeah, isn't that odd? I'm not sure how that works. I mean, Carl Jung would argue it's the archetypical connection to the divine. But yeah, it's weird. Looking into the past, or looking into this card here for you, Changed Owl, what we see is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is about the beginning of a new material journey. So what this represents is going and beginning a new career or school or project, doing something new for yourself, and doing it in the real world. This is about beginning a new adventure, and the horizon looking bright, and the beginnings are fruitful. Now be aware that this isn't going to be this way all the time. In the future, there's going to be ups and there will be downs. So write down why you're inspired right now, what makes you happy about this moment right now and this new adventure you're beginning, so that you can reference it in the future when you're going through the tougher times and you're struggling and you're saying, why am I even doing any of this? Look back and say, right, that is why I did it. So now is a good time to write that stuff down. So that would be my recommendation here for you, Changed Owl. I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you some insights, and welcome back, and thank you for getting a reading today. And with that, who's up next?
Vodka Owl wanted to upgrade.
Vodka Owl wants to upgrade. All right, let's take a look at this Vodka Owl. Let's see. Wait, what we already did is reading.
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vodka Owl. Let's see. Did OPB, did you see that I said upgrade? I did not. Okay, I didn't see that. All right. Dang it. Well, I don't even know. What, do we know what card he got? By the way, I'm ringing. What does that mean?
I hear ringing.
Oh, you hear ringing? Nice.
I don't know what card he got.
Okay. Vodka Owl, do you remember? Oh, yeah, it was Knight of Swords. That's right. I remembered. Boom. Knight of Swords. All right, so let's take a look into the past and then into the present here, okay? Or the next steps. So looking in the past, we see the Ace of Cups. So this is about that emotional energy that we talked about here in the past, leading into this state of the Knight of Swords. So you got the emotional energy that you need to take action here, and that emotional energy is what has given you the wisdom and the journey intellectually that you've been on here. So by taking this emotional energy, you're letting it flow into your intellectual pursuits, which walks you right into where you were at, where we talked about previously, taking action on logos. So this is the step of implementing the plan and starting to take action on that plan. So that's the Knight of Swords. And then from there, you're taking action on your plan that's powered by the emotional response. That leads us right into the next steps here, which is the Emperor. So the Emperor is an intense card. This is about a judgment card. So as you can see, he's got his principles, and he's got a lemon of some sort in his hand. And so what this represents, very stern face, is realizing that though we might think that we are we're getting ahead, or tricking, or winning, or succeeding, the Emperor is about judgment coming for that, and the realization that you don't get to cheat away in life. You don't get to get ahead in life. What has to happen is you will try these things, and you might feel like it's happening to your advantage, but in reality, the long-term consequences will always come back, and the reality will always snap back. So what this card is a call to action to do is stick with your principles. Don't compromise on the truth. Don't let people trick you into telling lies. It's not worth it. It might be bitter. It might suck. It might not be as fun. But being honest and telling the truth is so much more powerful than anything you're ever going to accomplish by trickery or deception in the real world. And so that would be my recommendation there. I hope that helps you out, Vodka Owl, and gives you some insights. And with that, who's up next?
That's all.
That's everybody? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do we have any questions in the chat that need answering? If not, we're going to go ahead and close close up the stream for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting the stream. Thank you for all your likes, all of your shares, all of your donations on PayPal, and all of the letters in the P.O. box. It is all greatly appreciated. The projects are growing here. We're constantly trying to improve and grow, and thank you guys so much. I know you've been enjoying the new TikTok show a lot. We're going to keep that up and hopefully make it even better, and upgrading this show's scripts as well. And of course, we're going to be getting that wizard library done as soon as we're done removing every single trademark that you embedded into it. You think you could stop me? You can't stop me. We're coming. The wizard library's coming one way or the other. We're going to get that thing out there, and we're going to have some great literature in your hands. So thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you so much for joining and helping us all out. Is there any questions, OPs?
What made you start this?
I have been doing magic since I was 8 years old. I studied magic and illusion first, and then was quickly moved into the traditional art of wizardry, which includes magic illusion, the mnemonic systems of memorizing useful information. That's where wizard comes from, a keeper of wisdom, wizard. And then the study of archetypical story and combination with magic and illusion to allow yourself to identify people's story, their narrative, and their character and their journey. So I've been doing that for the majority of my life, really. That's what I've done. It's something that I wouldn't really recommend most people do. It's kind of like comedy. It's one of those things where, like, unless you just keep getting dragged into it because you just become depressed and sad when you don't do it, then I wouldn't recommend it. There's so much easier and more effective ways to change the world and to achieve meaning in this world. But I follow it because this is what I'm passionate about. This is the kind of thing that I can work an 8-hour job and then go work another 6 hours and not stop. I do these things because I love it and I think it's meaningful and important. And so that's why I do what I do.
Will you ever do FaceTime with subs?
FaceTime with subs. I have considered doing a call-in show. That's where people would call in and we would do a long-form dialectic. It's basically, if you guys are unfamiliar, askawizardmagic.com. People will book one-on-one appointments with me where we will basically help them through whatever their goals are, and then I would recommend reading to them, give them books, and help them basically move forward on their hero's journey. And I thought it might be interesting to bring that to the public. The problem that I've found with doing that is coordinating people to actually show up on time and call and be okay with getting recorded. And then you do this whole recording and it's like, were you okay with that being live in public? And then a lot of times they're like, no, I'd rather keep it private. So that's where we ran into some issues. It is pretty intense. It's very personal. You use a lot of paracosmic effects. For example, isolating parts of your personality and bringing it forward in character, which is very odd and peculiar to a lot of people. And those of you who don't understand that it's a psychological thing, not a spiritual thing, can get a little alarmed too. But so those are some of the roadblocks, but we have looked into it and it is something we might consider in the future. But right now we want to make sure we get the Wizard Library live, and more importantly, the reason we want the Wizard Library live is an aspect of the Wizard Library is going to be allowing the Parliament of Owls to actually make money on the side using that program so that we can start helping you guys get some income during these tough times and get money flowing into your pockets, because I see all these influencers on here who are saying, give me, and I get it. This is a lot of work. We're putting in hours and hours and hours every day. I do 100% understand why people are getting compensated for it. It's a huge amount of work. However, I want to build something where you guys can benefit too financially. I don't want it to just be me, because again, I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to be famous. I want to build a community of owls who are legends, and I want to build cool stuff together. So that's why I'm so concerned with getting that out. And more importantly, we need to kill the education system. it's a horrifying monstrosity. It's terrible what it's doing to children and college students, and obviously legally and by telling the truth and never using force. We will simply tell the truth, and we will present a better alternative. So that's the plan right now. What's up?
Changed out.
Oh, yeah?
He just said, "Hey, Glock, shoot me."
Oh, gosh. Yeah, don't do that. All right. That turned so dark in 2 words. My goodness. True.
And then
True.
Vodka Owl said he would be okay if you called him. And he wouldn't answer, and you asked me questions. So I always wanted to actually meet someone like before.
Nice. All right. Good to know. Okay. Well, with that, I think that's a great way to end it on. Shoot me and the I can't believe this. Have you ever had a dream that was so big that you couldn't think about that you thought that the dream would happen because it could have been a All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining the show. I'll see you again tomorrow, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time here on YouTube, 7:20 p.m. Pacific Coast time over on TikTok. And I will try to not be as late as I was today.
Yeah.
My apologies. But yeah, we were upgrading the show, and well, I think that the show was much better quality, so that was good. And so with that, we'll close up the stream. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.
Bye.